maybe 5 to 10. So that is awesome. Yeah, it's definitely going to be louder. I switched the settings there. It still says I am orange quality health, but I think we might be good to go. So the real question is, do you guys think the quality is up to par for me to send out a push notification to all Go Ranger app users, or do you think we should just play this one easy and just do small group of people, maybe send out a tweet and see what happens? All right. We got several people it's good, and one person says keep it a small group. Well, here's the deal. We'll at least send out a tweet real quick saying that we're live. So we got the tweet out. Several people say small group because then we have time to read the chat. Yeah, I don't know if there'll be motion and video quite yet, but if I switch over to like the second tab, I just click that right now. So it should go pretty fast. I think. Maybe. We got 19 people on board. I'm thinking we might have to get some more people up in here and just go for it. When you search for Go Ranger and I'm not on the top, where are you searching where I don't show up on the top? This chat delay is interesting. All right, I think I might send out a on YouTube. Yeah, I'm not horribly active here, so I'm not quite sure how crazy that's going to be. But guys, I'm thinking we might overload this thing. I'm thinking we might do the push notification, send this out to just the whole Go Ranger user base, and see how it goes. My bet is maybe we'll have like a couple hundred. But honestly, guys, like I'm here spending time with you guys tonight. I don't have a deadline. We can hang out as long as we want, and we can go through the app and get feedback and see what we like, see what we don't like, see what we'd like to change. If there's stuff you guys want to see added or things you said I did wrong, like that's totally cool. I definitely view this stream as, you guys participating in making Go Ranger the Go Ranger that you want it to be, so that I can help make it better for everybody, right? So, yep, definitely haven't uploaded for 8 months. Haven't had a solid setup to upload, but now that I've got the new house, you could see that if I could get that video, but apparently my computer is not strong enough to handle all this stuff at once. So new computer might be in the future, and we'll see what happens. But let's send the push notification. Publish. All right, we sent the push notification, guys. We will most likely get a lot of people coming in. Make the screen bigger. I'm not quite sure how to make the screen any bigger than it already is. You mean a higher resolution? Or do you mean like literally bigger? Because I think I'm taking up the full height, or I should be. What is up, Elias? Can we sort the past events by most recent? 100% past events are going to be sorted by most recent in the new version. Long story short, the way I programmed it in the old version wasn't the smartest. Just to give you guys some background on kind of Go Ranger in its in how it happened and everything like that. Almost a year ago, we're at 11 months. 11 months ago, we got to the point where I launched Go Ranger, right? It was this thing where what up, JC? I'm trying to give it to you. We're going as fast as we can. But yeah, so 11 months ago, it was kind of like, how fast can I get this thing out? How can I get it out? And this is V2. The reason it's taken me a while, it's going to take most likely at least another month for me to get this thing out to you guys, just because I'm really taking my time and making an amazing user experience for you guys, making sure I take into account a lot of the feedback that I get from you guys, and make sure that I can, really make this a great app. V2 will be an update to the existing app. Your checklist will definitely move over. Oh, you're talking about like full screen sideways. I don't know how to do that. We might find out how to do that next time. I'm streaming through my computer, not through the actual phone right now. So I don't know. So yeah, it's going to be an update to the app. We are going to kind of dive in, show you what's up. PK asks, can we get a checklist for lucky Pokemon? You've been needing one for a while. All you got to do for that is go into the existing app, click on the checklist tab, click the little plus in the top right-hand side, choose all available, name it lucky, throw on a Lucky Charm emoji or something like that, and you'll be good to go. As for dark mode, I think dark mode's going to be free. I don't want to rid anything from you guys. So, I mean, we will see what happens. It has been 11 months. So I do not work at Niantic, guys. I get my information at the exact same time that everyone else in the community does. That's why sometimes you'll see me be like, hey, like, Armored Mewtwo just dropped. And it's still not in Go Ranger as the official Armored Mewtwo and like checklists and stuff like that. Because I have to work through updating it when they update the game files. So that's something where tomorrow morning I'll be putting that in the app. I work at the same speed, the same information that you guys function on. I just try to get it in the app as fast as I can. Sometimes that means it takes me till the next morning to get something. Cool. So we have about 200. Dark mode will, dark mode's going to be probably the colors it is. We will see about what I can get in there, though. It's pretty easy with the new version of Ionic 4 that I'm using to build the app. Different modes are awesome. Anyway, it looks like we've got about 200 people watching live right now. That's awesome, guys. I really appreciate all of you joining. Since we had so many people join, just a quick little recap. I want to show you guys the new app. I want to get your feedback on what's done so far. So, hey, I really like this part. I really don't like this part. I wish you also had this. All of that feedback, keep that feedback coming. That's how I'm going to make the app a really good app for you guys. That's how you guys can make the app even better for yourselves at right now, right? Now's the time. What up, Mystic Mamba? Thanks for supporting the app. Cool. I think we should dive in and show off some stuff. So let's just start from the beginning, man. So this is the events screen. As you can see, there's just a lot of test events in there. But right now, this is pulling from an actual like content management system that I'm using now. So events will be able to go up much faster. I'll be able to fix any inaccuracies much faster, and it will not require an actual update to get new events in the app. So if you just refresh, or pull down or whatever, like it's going to show you the new events right away. So that's the first major update here, is that it is easier for me to push updates to you guys. Everything in this new version of the app is built for me to easily, more quickly update stuff for you guys. That's the biggest thing I want to do. So here we've got the events list right now. We've got test event 2, test event 3. Everything is already happening in the past. But let's pop open one of these events. Let's pop open Adventure Week. So here is Adventure Week. We have got the start time, the end time, more information about it. And we've got these cool little cards at the bottom here. So the cards we're going to have multiple sections this time around that you can swipe through. So the active bonuses is traditionally what you guys have seen today, right? So we've got the increased rock spawns, rock Pokemon and 2-kilometer eggs, stuff like that. And if we just swipe, we'll see the stuff that I think you guys should look out for during the event. So for increased rock types, here's all the different rock types that could have been shiny that you can check out. So that's as easy as just swiping between those two. If I have something else to say, right, like the Go Ranger tips, there'd be a third card over here that would have all those Go Ranger tips in it. Now, one of the other super big things I want to do with the new version of the app is help drive community content. Okay, I want to have the ability to take YouTubers, big and small, or blog posts or anything like that, stuff relevant to these events, and link to it. So at the bottom here, you will see this little Swag Tips logo. Swag Tips maybe did a video on Adventure Week. So I click Swag Tips, it takes me to Swag Tips video on Adventure Week. So that's what's up. So if we click the back button here, And then this is also swipeable. So I know one of my favorite features is the look out for section, but I know a lot of people dislike the look out for section because it takes up vertical space if I put a lot of stuff in it, right? So this time around, you can actually swipe between look out for and the events list. So you just swipe over to the right, there might be 20 things to look out for if there's like 3 different events going on, but it's just a quick look at the different important things you should be doing when you play the game. So you can swipe back to events, we can swipe to look out for, you can get that information really, really, really fast. No matter what your preference is, I want to see the event that's active right now, or I want to see the stuff Matt thinks I should look out for. Either one of those things is really easily accessible to you guys. I'm going to take a deep breath, make sure I'm reading the comments here. Any opinions on the event stuff specifically? So events and look out for. Anything you think I should change about the event system, the look out for system, anything like that? Let's see. Yeah, we love the dark mode. I'm very happy that we could get dark mode in this version of the app. Oh, snap. So actually, the funny thing is everyone's mentioning countdown timers right now. That is actually because the countdown timers are disabled for past events. So you know what? Just to show you guys how easily I can update this, let's actually go, I'm going to go over to my content management system where I can edit these events. And I am going to change Adventure Week to still be going on. So let's see if I can load that up really quick. I didn't have it open yet, so give me 2 seconds here while we load it up. I'm going to view events in my management system. I'm going to edit Adventure Week, and we are going to make Adventure Week. We are going to make it end on, let's see here. Or wait, let me look. Give me 2 seconds here. Start date 1/5. Let's do the end of July. Oh, the dates are backwards. That's why I'm confused. I'm from America. We put the month first. All right, I'm going to save that. Let's see if this works. All right, now back to chat. I couldn't see chat for a second there, so let me make sure I'm all caught up. All right, I think I'm all caught up with chat. All right, so we are going to pull down and refresh the list. And bam, Adventure Week is now inactive. So I did that in approximately 60 seconds. So that's how fast I'm looking to get new information out to you guys. Like if there's a new event going on, I want to just be able to go in, write about it, say what I think you should look out for, say any tips that I think you should have, and go forth and do that. So now Adventure Week is back into active events. And we've got that countdown timer automatically. So that's all built in. If I swipe over here, we'll also see the countdown timer is under the active bonuses in the look out for section for things that are associated with that event. So 4 times buddy candy, 10x XP for spinning new stops, extra 50 kilometer adventure sync rewards. All 3 of those things are specific to the event and end when the event ends. So those have the countdown timers too. 24-hour format, or maybe. That I don't know if that'd be like the initial release of V2, but perhaps that's something I could add. All right, though, let's be honest. I don't think you guys tuned into this live stream for the event system. I'm sure that there are many, many more exciting things that we could tune into. Legacy moveset list. That's been mentioned a couple times. Definitely going to get that in the app. It is on my to-do list. But let's move to some of the stuff I've already finished up. So we're going to switch over to the Pokedex tab, and we're going to talk about the Pokedex section, which is absolutely massive. The Pokedex that is currently in the app is almost nothing compared to this new version of the app. It's probably the most powerful Pokedex for Pokemon Go that is out there at this time. So let's kind of walk through what the Pokedex can do, and we'll go from there. First and foremost, as some of you probably noticed, instead of just all of the Pokemon sprites being blue, I'm dynamically making them the color of the Pokemon. So I still can't use the actual sprite, But this at least gives your brain two inputs, right? The outline of a Pokemon, the color of a Pokemon. Put those two things together, your brain can recognize it way faster than all of them being the same color of blue. That I was super pumped to get in there. But so let's dive in. This is just the screen where we can look at all the Pokemon, right? So you can. Uh-oh, Mother Toad getting some sass. Let's do it. So yeah, we've got all the different Pokemon in here. But the Pokedex can do a ton of stuff. So the Pokedex in the current version, you could search. That was kind of it. You could search for Pokemon's name. I think that was it. I think all you can search for is Pokemon's name. Let's search for something else, guys. Let's search for fire Pokemon. And we get all of the fire Pokemon. And then let's do a search string, just like Pokemon Go. So let's do and let's do a ground type move. And we get all of the fire Pokemon that have ground type moves. So that gives us Arcanine, Rapidash, Alolan Marowak, Quilava, Numel, Camerupt, and Torkoal. So we've got full search string support built in, using a majority of the search strings that are built in to Pokemon Go. So it's kind of the same formula. I haven't implemented like the legendary keyword yet, but those are things that I can easily add. But you could do full search string support right in the Pokedex. Boom. Let's see, any comments so far? Yeah, so the actual sprites, I can't do that for legal reasons, like the terms of service from both Pokemon Company and from Niantic and like all that jazz won't let me do the sprites, but also the app stores will not let you do the sprites. So like if you submit something to the app stores with the sprites, they're going to kick you off. So not good. Can you search for specific moves? Why don't you give me a move that I should search for and we'll try it out. In terms of release date, a couple of people are asking. Like I said, it's at least a month out. I'm putting a lot of stuff into this. There's a rarity thing in Game Master. Pedro, thanks for that. I'll have to check that out. But Joseph says, let's search for Rock Throw. Let's do Rock Throw. Bam. We get everybody that knows Rock Throw. So we definitely have move search built in. I wonder if this works for like both. Like what if we do Rock Throw and like what's another move that we have? Earthquake. There we go. Look, some Pokemon have both of those moves. So you can search for two at once and it works right out of the box. Let's see here. So all of that built right in. That is the search string support for Go Ranger. Now, as you can see, like everything just changed to a Metapod. That is a bug that I am actively working on fixing. It looks like we're back to normal. Old moves no longer available. Yes, so you can search for legacy moves, and Pokemon with that move as a legacy will definitely still show up in the Pokedex list. Someone asked, hey, bugs that are in the current version, will they be fixed in the new version? New version is done literally completely from scratch. I started over. So any bugs that are in the new version should be ones that I accidentally did in only the new version, which means hopefully a lot of stuff gets fixed. A counter at the top to say how many Pokemon appear in your search results. I don't dislike that idea. I think that's pretty good. Maybe we'll do that. So now, guys, that search is like the beginning, okay? We also have full filter support and the ability to change what information is displayed in the list. So you just click that little funnel at the top and we have got the filter. So some of you guys are talking about colors and like tints and stuff right now. The colors are the primary color picked from the Pokemon sprite right now. So wanted to give your brain two visual cues to determine what Pokemon it is. Not necessarily do just type. Alternate forms showing up in the list will show up as their own distinct form. So anything that's got its own moves will show up as its own entry in this. That's all just automatic stuff. Team Rocket, what up? All right, so let's talk about the filter. We got that filter screen open, okay? Let's change it to on the right-hand side. We've got the number of the Pokemon, the type of that Pokemon, the move types that Pokemon has. So that's like the spread. What different types of moves does that Pokemon have? That'll show that. We've got what types it's weak to, what it's resistant to. its attack, defense, and stamina stats, or its max CP. So we take something like max CP and click OK. We now have the Pokemon's max CP value on the right-hand side. Now, if we pop that open again, the second thing we've got here is a sort by field. So we take that sort by field, we could say sort that by max CP, okay. And now we've got the whole list sorted by max CP, showing max CP. So you can control the order of the information, you control what information is shown as well. Now that's all fine and dandy. Let's switch it back to normal here. Let's do number and let's just sort by number and we'll go through some other stuff. We also have filter types for the actual Pokemon type. So if you just want to say show me all the dragons, you click dragon. Now we are filtered down to only people with the type of dragon type. If we unclick that, they all go back to normal, right? We could search by generation, so only show me Gen 2. That's an automatic filter. We can search by move types here as well quickly and easily. So show me anyone that has fire and flying and poison moves. Now we've got any Pokemon that knows one of those move types. Now if we go up here, there's a clear option in the top right. We can clear that and it'll reset all of our filters so that we don't have to go through and like manually turn things on and off. So yeah, for multiple types, if you want to search those, you just click more than one type and it's gonna do an or statement. If you want an and statement, like give me everyone who's bug and electric, you might have to do that as a search string for right now. So that's all the different options there. However, we also have presets. So the presets are things that I'm going to put in the app that are things I think are useful searches, right? So if we pick Jungle Cup, that is going to show us anything that is available for use in the Jungle Cup automatically. So if we take Jungle Cup and then we go and say, hey, I really want to know Pokemon stats and I want to sort by their, max CP value, boom. Now we've got anyone who can be in the Jungle Cup showing up here all by default. So let's clear that out again and let me read some chat. All right. People talking about sprites. Right now, the sprite stuff, I'm probably going to leave it how it is for right now. I might investigate that stuff after V2 is launched. I don't want to poke the bear, right? The app stores can kick me off. Optional to save and load personal presets. That's a pretty cool idea. I don't dislike that at all. That's kind of cool. How about a counter at the top? Yeah, a couple people have said that already. I'm not against that. Shinies, there will be a separate shiny list that will be available. Someone's asking about a raid simulator. Don't want to talk about that quite yet, but there might be something cool in the works. All right, so that is the filter system and the Pokemon list. Now, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this. Let's yet again reset to number, and let's say you are playing PvP and you are up against some Pokemon that you really don't know what's up, right? You're just not familiar with these Pokemon, okay? So let's do something like, I don't know who's cool nowadays, Vigoroth, let's do Fortress, let's do, everybody's on that Wiggly game right now, boom. Yet again, that visual glitch will be fixed. So let's say we take those three Pokemon and we're against them. We don't really know what they're weak to. We can do show on the right-hand side, weak to types. Bam. You will see what types those Pokemon are weak to. So if you're just going into a match and you don't know what's up, you can really quickly just type in your opponent's Pokemon and see what different types that those Pokemon are weak to. So a lot of different uses for this list before we even dive into the Pokemon detail. Charlotte, what's up? Yeah, it was great meeting everybody at GoFest, to all the people that I said hi to and gave out stickers to. I really appreciate you guys coming and saying hi. That really makes it an awesome time for me. Searching the Pokedex for stuff in your list or missing from your list. Hadn't thought about that. Maybe that's something that could happen. Got a couple people asking about changing the language. So the current app does support that. The new app, I have not programmed that yet. And I'm not sure if V2 is going to launch out of the gate with it, just because it takes a lot of time for me to figure out the translation stuff. So we'll see what happens. All right, in terms of just the Pokedex list, this is just a list. We haven't even dove into the actual Pokemon detail page yet. Any questions or thoughts on the Pokedex list before we dive into the detail? Gonna take a nice drink of coffee. Appreciate all the kind words, everybody. Seriously, that's awesome. Like I said, I'm spending a lot of time on this version just because I want to make it really great for you guys. I want to give you something that not only I'm proud of, but that is way more useful to you guys as well. Shiny chance filter. There will be a shiny list. Maybe I'll put a filter in the Pokedex too, and make it a search string as well. That wouldn't be too difficult for me to pull off. All right, who is ready to dive into the Pokemon detail page? So let's click on Vigoroth, and we are brought to Vigoroth's detail page. You know what though, Vigoroth, that normal on normal game ain't looking so good. So let's go like this. Let's choose Charizard. Charizard just looks way more hot in my opinion. Look at that Charizard. We've got the Charizard in full screen. We got the background color of the type. He's number 6. And now we've got the different parts of the section that we can go for. So we're going to take some time. We're going to dive through each part of the Pokedex real quick. People talking about silhouettes, I gotta leave them the way they are. I'm sorry, guys. I could get banned from the app stores. Pokemon Go doesn't like it, all that stuff. So let's go through here. So first of all, the info page, I try to put a lot more information about the Pokemon in this. Okay, so we've got the type, their move spread. So Charizard knows Fire, Flying, and Dragon moves. Then we've got their CP, attack, defense, and stamina listed out. And these bars in the middle are actually showing you the percentile out of all Pokemon that this Pokemon is for that stat. So you can see, like for max CP, Charizard has a 2,889, which is overall above average for max CP out of all Pokemon. Okay, attack stat, little above average, defense below average, stamina below average. So you can kind of rate the Pokemon in your brain as you're looking at this. Then we get the resistance and weak to. So this changed a little bit from the old version of the app. So we still got the little circles that represent the types, but I'm actually showing you numbers now for the resistance and the weakness. So from Bug, Charizard is going to take 0.4 or 40% damage, but he's going to take 2.6 times the amount of damage from Rock type. So you can see that visually right there. We're also going to see what the Pokemon is boosted in, so what weather this Pokemon gets boosted in. HP is stamina, by the way. Maybe I should redo that. Stamina is the stat that like makes HP, so it's not like a direct equivalent, so not quite sure. We'll also see the second charge move cost, so 10,000 Stardust, 25 Candy for this Pokemon. The buddy distance is 3 kilometers. We'll see the gender ratio, so 87.5% of Charizards are male, 12.5% of them are female. And then the capture flee rate is 5% and 5%. So this is kind of the base information for this Pokemon. Before we get even crazier, is there anything you guys think I missed about the base information available? Taking a deep breath, reading the chat, seeing if we missed anything. Oh yeah, there is an X in the search bar, by the way, on that previous screen. Once you type something, if it's in there, you can hit X and clear it out. Best move sets for Pokemon kind of depends on who you're going against, not necessarily the actual Pokemon, but I think it's going to be really easy for you guys to kind of determine what that is yourself with the information I'm giving to you as well. So let's slide on over to that Gyms tab. As you guys could see right there, these are swipeable now. So you can just swipe over to the Gyms tab, and it will even remember the last tab that you were on. So if I go back and then I go into Blastoise, I'm going to be at the Gyms tab. As far as screen overlay, that's not necessarily something I'm going to do, especially because I'm an iOS and Android application. So don't quite know about that screen overlay game. We'll see what happens. So yeah, we can swipe. It's going to save the tabs. Gender differences I don't necessarily have planned in. Maybe if I know there are differences, I could add a little tag there. We'll see what happens with that. So we've got the moves. This is the moves relating to gyms and raids, right? So for fast moves, we show the most important information that I think that we should be concerned about here. So we've got the duration of the fast move, the power of the fast move, and then the most important number on the right there, the energy per second that that fast move generates. So we can see that in terms of energy per second, the legacy move, that's that little red dot, the legacy move Wing Attack is going to have Charizard's highest energy per second. We also see on the left-hand side that it shows you whether or not the move is stab. So you can tell whether or not, it's going to do some extra damage. That's already calculated in the power formula on the right-hand side there. When we look at charge moves, yet again, trying to show you the most important numbers there. We've got damage per energy, damage per second, and then a general thing that people kind of rate moves on when it comes to gyms and stuff is damage per energy times damage per second. Just like seeing what's the power to energy kind of ratio here. So Blast Burn, obviously being Charizard's biggest move at 104 DPE x DPS. Now, if you're like me and you don't know your type effectiveness too well, you can hit this little toggle at the bottom of the screen, and that gives you the effectiveness of all of these moves in this page without having to go to the moves detail. So now we see what it's super effective against, what it's not effective against without going anywhere. So we can see all of that right there. Let's toggle off. All right, let's go over to PvP. PvP. We have got the same style of moves, except we concentrate on the numbers that are most important for PvP. So fast moves, we got the number of turns, the damage per turn, and the energy per turn. So yet again, Wing Attack, the highest energy per turn for Charizard. Charge moves, we've got the damage, the cost, and the damage per energy, which is the most important number we want to look at there, that 2.6 DPE Blast Burn. We can do that toggle and see the type effectiveness of the moves right here without clicking into any detail as well. However, there are some brand new features up in here. We have got IV spreads for Great League and Ultra League. So if we hit Great League for Charizard, right, we want that Charizard under 1500 CP. But that doesn't mean a 100% Pokemon is going to have the best thing, okay? It actually means you want less attack, more defense, and more stamina to get you a higher amount of cumulative stats than other Pokemon. So these IV combinations will show you that, look, the best Charizard for Great League is actually a 0 IV attack, 15 defense, 13 stamina at 1500 CP, which is the level 19.5, and then we show you the other top 25 as well. Now, if you've got your Charizard and you want to know how good it is, we can plug in, you've got a 5 attack, you've got a 10 defense, you've got, a 7 stamina. That is the 881st best IV combination when it comes to Charizard in the Great League. Now, I know a lot of people this is crazy detailed, but it's, it's important if you're kind of looking for some of those edge case scenarios when you're doing PvP. So that's built in for both Great League and Ultra League. So we can see the same thing for Ultra League, what combinations are best for the Ultra League. So Alex says, I would prefer to just see which CP is 15, 15, 15. Cool, you want that? Let's go over to the CP and IV tab. So here we see 2,889 CP is our max CP. We can copy that 100% wild search string if you want to paste that in. And then we've got a lot more information relating to this stuff. So we've got raids, boosted raids, right? Gives you a range of 1968 to 2064. Raids give you 1574 to 1651. So you can automatically see the low percentage to the high percentage for the different types, okay? You can see that for boosted raids, regular raids, hashed research. Then we've got those IV things for Great League, Ultra League, Master League all here. And then we've got level 1 through 40 CP ranges. So if you know the level of your Pokemon, you can go in here and see what 0% to 100% is. So if you know this is a level 1, 0% is going to be 35 CP for Charizard. All right, now if you want to dive in further, though, let's click that. Let's click level 1. We can see all the different combinations here that give us these CPs. So if we want to search for our 0%, right? 35 actually has a fair amount of different combinations, right? So here we can see all the different combinations that make up, that will get you a 35 CP on a level 1. So all that is in that CP table too. So let's dive into boosted raids. Boosted raids is a similar kind of table. So we got all the way from a minimum of 10, 10, 10 at that 1968, all the way to our 2064, which is a 15, 15, 15. This is what you get for Charizard in boosted raids. If you just wanted to like type in the CP you got, so you got like, I don't know what's a good number here. Let's do like 19, let's do like 74. Let's see if there's 74. Yep, 1974 only has one combination at 10, 11, and 10. So really quickly allows you to look that up for any raids that you do. I'm going to take a deep breath, take another drink of coffee. Yes, this should be available on the channel after I'm finished, although you will have to bear with me. The first 10 minutes are kind of brutal when it comes to me trying to get the audio and the video to work. We did not have a strong enough machine to handle the real videos. That is why we were stuck with just the app. Seems duplicated the normal raids and hatch. So yeah, normal raids and hatch give you the same exact ranges. That was no extra code for me. I just gave them 2 different titles and said one was raids and one was hatched. Just to kind of show off that if you don't know what level they hatch at, right? Give you the ability to just click one and kind of go in there. Any questions on any of that stuff? We're going to dive into some move detail. All right, let's dive into move detail. Let's go and dive into Blast Burn, the legacy move for Charizard. So each individual move also has a detail page now. So this is going to show you stuff specifically about this move in more detail. So we are going to see the fact that it is a, Blast Burn is a fire type move. Okay, we got our DPE, DPS, which is 73.3. And we've got that percentile bar. That percentile bar is, you know, we're pretty okay on DPE, DPS. Then next up we've got damage per energy. It's a 2.2. That's the highest damage per energy possible in the game when it comes to gyms. But our damage per second is under that threshold of 50%. So we know it's a little bit slower, but in terms of damage per energy, it's really good, right? And yet again, guys, just to reiterate, because there's been some questions, over a month left probably before this thing is done. Your premium will carry over. It's just an update to the existing app, even though I'm calling it V2. So it's also going to show you the types it's strong against, the types it's weak against, the number of bars we got, the power with that percentile, duration with the percentile, and whether or not it has a special effect. It will tell you what that special effect does. It's also going to tell you when this, what weather this move is boosted in. Let's go over to PvP. PvP is going to show you that type, the damage per energy, the energy cost, strong against, weak against, power, that special effect. And then if we go over to the right, it's going to show you every Pokemon that has this move. So Charizard, Typhlosion, and Blaziken all have the ability to have Blast Burn. So you can get all that information. Now that was a charge move. Let's dive in and do Wing Attack and look at a fast move. So fast move, and yet again, this remembers your tab too. So I used to be on the Pokemon tab for the other one. I'm still on the Pokemon tab here. So here we've got the information associated with the fast move, right? Energy per second, damage per second. And for PvP, we've got energy per turn and damage per turn. Yet again, no special effects for this one. All right, let's back up. Let's find somebody who has a special effect just to show it off. So let's do like, I think Metacham. So Metacham has Power Up Punch. Now you can see not only does it have that little stab logo next to it, it also has the word effect in purple above Power Up Punch, just so you see like, hey, this move is special. And if you click Power Up Punch, it's going to tell you Power Up Punch has a 100% chance to increase attack of user by 1 stage to a maximum of 100%, which would take 4 uses. We got a question. Do I do my calculations or do I pull from somewhere? I do all my own stuff. All of this is calculated from all the base stats. Now, the whole thing is automated. I don't like manually type anything, thank the Lord. But yeah, this is all calculations done right in the app. So that is the move detail page. We can see like, okay, cool, what other Pokemon have Power Up Punch because it's such an awesome move. That special effect, we can see the other Pokemon that have that. Any questions on the move detail page or stuff you think I could improve here? Now, like, I'm not a PvP expert here, so like, when looking at some of these numbers, like, let me know if you think I'm showing the wrong numbers or something like that. Yeah, for the Go Ranger Pro, you can buy Go Ranger Pro on Android, on iOS, or Patreon. All three options exist. So if you want to grab that and support the app, you can grab the in-app purchase inside iOS, Android, or Patreon. All three work. All right, feedback on the moves before we keep going. I got one more thing to show off before we kind of close up shop, or maybe just chat a little bit more. We will see. Anyone want to throw out just like the craziest question they want to answer based on a search that I could like try to pull off in Go Ranger and we see what's up? I want the craziest question. Somebody asked, is it a one-time purchase? So it is a monthly membership when it comes to Go Ranger Pro. What that does is it keeps my heart in the right place, right? That keeps me wanting to make the app better for everyone who's already using the app. If it's a one-time purchase, then it's like a numbers game on just like how many new people can I get and like not work on improving the app and just do marketing. And that's not necessarily something I'm interested in. If you want to see I did like a big post on that on Reddit on that recent thread that someone had on like I wish there were event countdowns in the game. I posted on that thread kind of about the whole concept there. Does it show legacy moves? Yep, it will fairy type with a move that has the word rock in it. I don't know, like you have to type in the full move. So I think we can do just like fairy and like at rock would give me any fairy Pokemon with rock type moves. So apparently there's 3. I was unaware that this family knew rock type moves. So let's do like Togetic. And yeah, knows Ancient Power, which has the special effect of a 10% chance to increase attack and defense of the user by 2 stages to a maximum of plus 100% to successful uses. I learned something new every single day. So that was dope. But yeah, so it does show legacy moves in here. So if you have something that does have a legacy move, for instance, like if we open up Charizard, you're going to see a red dot next to the legacy moves. So it's at the bottom, it says legacy move that is no longer available. So we've got Flamethrower, Blast Burn, Wing Attack, and Ember are all moves Charizard could have, but that can't get anymore. Alex, that was you? Well, hey man, thanks for starting the thread. That thread actually sent like over 3,000 new people checked out the app just from that thread. So appreciate you asking the question, and I super appreciate everyone who responded to you and said that they really like Go Ranger. It's awesome when stuff like that happens and helps drive more and more new people to the application. So 100% appreciate that, and everyone who helps me spread the word every day. You guys rock. Cool. So that is a lot of the excuse me. That's a lot of the Pokedex feature we went through. So in terms of where I'm at, just so you guys know, so like events is kind of done, almost done. The Pokedex is in my mind done. If you guys think I like totally missed something in the Pokedex, let me know. But in my mind, like I think the Pokedex is done. And then I'm working on right now is the raid section of the field guide. So this section as well, you'll see nothing is showing up right now. It's actually loading the information from the server right now. It might take just a second because I'm streaming. Let's give it a second. Hopefully it works. But that's going to allow me to update the actual raid bosses much faster as well. Yet again, how I updated that event in 60 seconds. Going to be able to update the raid bosses in the app in that period of time too. So that'll be super awesome. I don't know why it's not loading though. Let's kill it and open it again. Boom. All right, let's go here. Let's go to raids. There we go. All right, so this is the new raid screen. I don't have the raid detail pages done yet. We just have the page for the actual kind of raid list. So here we can see all the different Pokemon that were active in raids. This hasn't been updated to the most recent raid change from today. So we've got, you can see like the regular min and max CP from the raid. So like Groudon 2260 to 2351. You can see the weather boosted CP now. Couldn't do that before. And then we get the top 4 counters for that Pokemon. So Groudon, that's Gyarados, Kyogre, Mewtwo for Alligator. And then we also get this cool little indicator for the difficulty based on how many people you have. So black, you can't do it. Red, pretty freaking hard, like need level 40 counters. And I'll have like a pop-out guide for like what these colors mean. Orange is like level 35. Yellow is level 30. Green is you need like 25 or level 20 counters, I think. And then if there's nothing, so like if we scroll down here, like just the 1 is green and everything else is nothing, that signifies that you should split up into more than one group. So like any tier 1 raid, like probably can just do it alone. Don't have to worry about kind of what other people are doing. Everybody can probably solo it. So it shows you, top 4 counters and the different information for any of the other difficulties for that. So Clash says, Go Rangers love, Go Rangers life. Go Ranger is love. I love all you guys. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Anything you guys would change about this? A couple pieces of feedback I got about the raid list was adding the types of the Pokemon. Might add that under the Pokemon's little picture, little silhouette. So that might work its way in there. But I mean, other than that, I like this UI way much more than the old version of the app. Yeah, so for so that sprite issue with like the sprites replacing and like randomly showing up or like being cut in half or like all that stuff, that's definitely a visual bug from the browser. I talked with some guys at work on how to fix that. I think I got some ideas up my sleeve on how to make sure that the sprites don't like get totally janky anymore. So hopefully we do that. Gonna do that at the end. I want to do all the fun stuff first. Light mode and dark mode. Yeah, you can just switch like this. Boom, there's light mode. Now we got light mode showing up. Light mode I haven't like fully designed yet. I've been programming it in dark mode. So some of the stuff might not look like as super crispy. Actually, the raids page looks pretty nice in light mode. There's only like one thing I can see that's missing in light mode from the raids, and that's the background of the numbers is a little bit different. Oh yeah, there will 100% be a shiny indicator. So that's the other thing too. Like I said, one of the biggest things I want to do here is make it easier on myself to update the application. So I don't have the shiny list done yet, but the shiny list is going to be something I can just like type in the name of a Pokemon online and it automatically gets added as shiny in the app for literally everybody. Like you don't have to update the app. It doesn't have to do that loading bar thing. Like it's just going to say like, boom, you got the, this thing is now shiny. So the raid guides are actually going to dynamically pull in from the shiny list, whether or not they're shiny, and show a shiny icon. So the only reason that's not in here yet is I haven't programmed the shiny list yet to be able to automatically do that. If you tap the counters, it's going to take you to the raid detail page. I don't have the raid detail page programmed yet. Probably do another stream to show that off as well as a couple other things once we get to that point. Noxious asks, what's the app written in? Oh, look, there's one of those beautiful visual glitches. So like this visual glitch is one of the things that probably exists in the current app that I'm going to make sure it gets fixed before I release V2. What were we talking about? Oh, Noxious says, what is the app written in? Something like React with the Cordova wrapper. So I actually work for Ionic, Ionic Framework, if you've heard of it. You can go to ionicframework.com. Ionic is a technology that allows web developers to make mobile apps. And the new version of Ionic, Ionic 4, allows you to use your framework of choice. So you can use Nothing, you can use Angular, you can use React, you can use Vue. I personally I know Angular, so I'm using Ionic 4 with Angular to build out the application that is inside Cordova. But you can also use Capacitor, which is Ionic's alternative to Cordova that gives you better control over the native project. So if you're a web developer and you're looking at building an app, highly recommend ionicframework.com. Go check that out. Try the new version of Ionic 4 and see what happens. Ooh, Mothertude says, consider adding, see, that's the kind of cool ideas I like, right? Like Mothertude says, consider adding later, like, items along with explanations. So, like, what the berries do, what the lures do, right? What Pokemon does a glacial lure actually boost? Stuff like that. So that is something that, like those basic guides that we all take for granted is stuff I feel like a lot of people still don't know. I can't name off what Pokemon spawn from, like, a glacial lure. So that'd be something really cool to get in there. I like that idea, Mothertude. It's ionicframework.com. Check that out. That's the technology I use to build the app. Like I said, let's use web development skills, HTML, CSS, JavaScript to build out the mobile apps. Also, it builds out the website version too. GoRanger.app is just the same code base. All in code base, all three places. Yep, Lapras is Shiftry. Let's see, we got a lot of Pokemon. We got Masingno up in here now, right? Masingno's just chilling, hanging out over like 50 different Pokemon. All the information is pulled from the Game Master file. Catch rate calculator in terms of like, hey, if I'm against this Pokemon and I'm using an Ultra Ball and I'm using like a Golden Raspberry, what's my catch rate percentage? Is that what you mean? That might be something I could do. I really hope this chat gets like saved after we're done here. Does anyone know how that works? Because it better. Because you guys got a lot of good ideas and I guarantee I'm going to forget one or two if this chat goes away. Someone, please confirm me that the chat does not get deleted. All right. Well, hey, guys, that is a lot of the stuff we got cracking. So we showed off the new Pokedex. We got the new raid list section of the app. We've got the new events section of the app. We've got our event detail. We can swipe through all that stuff. We can link to other creators' content to show off information, get you more stuff. All that and more is coming soon. Hoping, like I said, just to close it out, hoping to have this thing done in probably like 1 to 2 months. It's going to take time, right? I'm doing it the right way. You guys can see how much effort I put into the new UI. That stuff just kind of takes time. Yeah, raid boss page is going to show the types of the Pokemon for sure. But yeah, that kind of stuff just takes time. So I'm going to figure it out. Ooh, Nikki, any chance of checklist integration into the Pokedex? Huh. That's a really cool idea. So just like search for the Pokemon in the Pokedex, so it'll show you what list it's in that you have, and like click the little add button. I like that. I like that a lot. That's a good idea. I'll see what I can do to make that happen. Cool beans. Yeah, Alex, that's a good point too. Like I said, Alex just said too. Like, hey, I didn't know that the blue border around friends made that. Like, I should have a place of the app that's just like, here's how friends work, stuff like that. So definitely want to do that. Live chat replay is available on all stream archives. This replays the chat alongside the stream exactly as it appeared when the stream was live. So I just got to rewatch my whole stream alone in order to get all the comments. I like it. Cool. Well, hey guys, unless anyone else has any like crazy other feedback, I think we might be good for tonight. I really appreciate everybody tuning in, all the great ideas. I really hope to get a lot of this stuff in the new version of the app for you guys before it goes. So yeah, be on the lookout for the new version. Like I said, a month or two, and I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate you guys helping spread the word. Mamba here asking for a friend, will you be selling bathwater soon? The going rate's $30 a jar. Maybe shower water, maybe not bathwater. We'll see. All right, everybody. Well, hey, I appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Oh, somebody says they got a question. Citrus, I got you. What's your question? Any updates to research tasks? Oh, yeah. So research tasks, I don't have programmed yet, but I'm definitely going to be rethinking that UI. I want to get everything in there because it's going to be a lot easier for me to update. I want to have the stuff that's not Pokemon. I want to keep a complete history of like all the quests that have happened in the past, like all that kind of stuff. So that stuff would be real cool. Connection with Discord. Not 100% sure what that would look like. Is there specific features that you'd want in Discord? Also, like most of the app is front-end program, so I'm not quite sure what I could put in Discord. But not a bad idea. I could probably look into it. All right, guys. Well, it is now 8 o'clock where I'm at. I still got over an hour drive to get home, and I got to pack up this whole recording studio that we didn't even use because the video didn't work on the power of my computer. We had too much lag. So I'm going to sadly dismantle my video setup that I spent so much time setting up and cry myself to sleep. And we'll go from there. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to cry myself to sleep. But hey, appreciate you guys. Appreciate all your feedback. Love you guys. We will see you next time. Continue to send me your feedback. Twitter is the best way to reach out, at GoRangerApp on Twitter. If you haven't yet, also please subscribe to the YouTube. I'm going to try to get back into YouTube videos. So hit that subscribe button, right? Is that what the YouTubers say? I haven't done this in a while. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell. I don't know what that means. Hit the bell. And we'll go from there. All right. Peace, guys. Y'all have a good night.